My name is Adisatu Moses Kabba, and this story is how the Africans come about doing arranged marriages. In this place called Furabe, there was this family that had the most beautiful daughter. And growing up, they keep telling the girl, it's going to be difficult for us to get you a husband. You're too beautiful. They cannot afford you. And this girl grew up with that mentality that she's too pretty to marry anybody in the neighborhood. When they had a son, they looked for a girl for the son, and the neighbor's daughter, they said, oh, you're going to marry that girl. She's just right for you. And when the girl grew up, he got married to this brother. Meanwhile, their daughter has been raised to believe she's the most pretty in the neighborhood. So she had no problems with looking for a man. She knows if she say, okay, I want this person, they will say, all right. So the parents keep looking and looking and looking, and they could not find her husband. And the girl, when she turned 17, she said, oh, since you guys didn't decide who I should marry, I'm going to look for my own husband myself. And the father said, the only thing we'll ask of you is the religion of the man, and if you will be able to afford marrying you, because you're very pretty. You should not settle for anything. And the grandmother always said to them, she's a girl, no matter what, she has to get married. And the girl grew up with this mentality, oh, I'm too pretty, I can't just marry anybody. So she decided on picking a husband on her own. So the father said, this is not our custom here. You should not be picking a husband. We should pick them for you. Can you just give us a few more years to look? The girl said, no. The only thing, I'll bring my husband, and if he's a Muslim like you said you wanted, I will get married. And the father said, no, it doesn't work that way. We're going to look for somebody, and then you get married. So the daughter said, okay, if you're going to look, I'll give you one thing that I'm looking for. The husband has to be brown skin, with no black on him, no black dots, nothing. He has to be brown skin. So the father said, that would be hard to get. The easiest way for us to get you a husband like that, if you don't want a black one, we'll get you a white man. A white man will be easier to find. And the girl said, no, I don't want a white man. I want a brown-skinned man with no black dots on him. Meanwhile, the mother was talking to another family that has a boy that's really, really dark-skinned. And the family was all happy that they're going to have this most beautiful daughter-in-law. And the girl, when they said, you're going to marry this guy, said, no, I don't want a dark-skinned man. I told you guys I want a brown-skinned man. So keep looking. So there are these evil monsters that live in the water. They disowned one of their sons. And this boy heard this girl saying every night, oh, I just want a brown-skinned man. I don't want a white man. I don't want a black man. I just want a brown-skinned man. And this monster came, went for a swim, and the sand in Africa is really brown. He rolled around the sand and said to himself, this is the color and the form I'm going to assume so that I can marry this girl. And he came out brown with no black dots, and just like the girl wanted. So he came to the family and said, I'm going to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. And the father said, I can't give you my daughter. I don't know who you are. I need to meet your family first before you can even come here. You have to send your father to come ask for my daughter's hand in marriage, not you. So the monster went back and told his father, and his father said, we disown you this wall and next wall, so get out of here. We're not going to let you go marry a human. And the daughter said to the father every night, oh, that was the perfect husband for me now. Look what you've done. I'm never going to get married. Every day she cried. Every day she cried. And the monster came. He came with a human. He threatened the human that if you don't tell them that I'm your son, I'm going to eat your entire family. So the man came, oh, this is my son. We're going to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. And the father said, are you sure this is the husband you want? She said, yes, Dad, please let me get married to him. And the father said, I am against this marriage. I don't know this family. I've never seen this guy, and I've never met this man. Where do you guys come from? They said, oh, we came from across the river. The father said, I know everybody there. I've never met your family. How come? And the monster keeps saying, we live over there. Maybe you don't know everybody in the town, but this man was a well-known man. He said, okay, I'll send people over to go find out. They put people in the boat. They bought the boat to go over, and the boat tilted over, and the monster ate all the people. And he came back with another person and said, oh yes, we went there, they live there. You can give your daughter's hand in marriage now. And eventually the father gave in to the daughter and got married. When they got married, the night of the wedding night, the girl has to go to the husband's house. They were traveling and they just keep going. The girl just see like the guy is walking on the water and she's sinking. And he said, where are we going? Are we in the swamp? The monster said, no, you're coming to my house. This is where I live. I live in the water. And the girl is like, you live in the water? And he said, yeah, I'm a monster. I live in the water. And now you are my wife. You're going to live with me in the water. And the girl started running back to her family. She ran, and went first to the grandparents' house and started singing. Grandma, Grandpa, please open the door for me. It's your beautiful, beautiful granddaughter. I've been mistaken. I should have listened to you. Now I'm stuck with this monster here and he wants to hit me. And the grandfather and grandmother said, oh, well, we told you we'll make you marry that black guy down the road. You said you don't want him. Now you have to go to your husband. And the monster was chasing her. She ran to her mother and father's house. And she sang the same song again. Mamae, mamae, do come. Papae, papae, do come. Siminji, why it's minaya. Siminji, why it's minaya. And the mother said, my daughter had a beautiful voice. I didn't know that. She never sang. All she did was cry. She said, what happened? It's a monster that I got married to. Ma, open the door, open the door. The mother said, no, you're married. We have no right over you. You have to go to your husband. And the father came and said, take your wife away. Hurry up and catch her and go with her. And the girl started running, and she remembered this black guy that was down the road that wanted to marry her. So she went and knocked, and the guy got up and said, what happened? Oh, I married a monster. I'm sorry. I should have married you. My parents were right. You should have been my husband. That's a monster. I cannot marry a monster. I have to marry a human. And the guy opened the door and let her in, and the monster sat there until morning. When it's morning time, the monster can't see because the sun was too hot. And they catch the monster, wrap him up, and throw him back in the water. And the girl ended up getting married to the black guy that she didn't want originally. This is why arranged marriages were very, very much so honored in Africa. The moral to the story, your parents might not pick the perfect guy that you think is perfect, but they are always right about the person that you should be with.